The Hunger Games is a story that has taken our generation by storm. It has come about recently as the novels didn't start coming out until 2008, and the movie didn't begin to air until March 23, 2012, only about 4 years ago. Many people are drawn to the drastic, futuristic nature of this story, which brings people into the community of the fan base. This Affinity space is focused around the Hunger Games, the plotline, the characters, and so on, and is broken up into different categories within the Google Plus community. Hunger Games discussion, Catching Fire discussion, the districts, Capital Couture, photos, and so on. The members of this community have fairly vast knowledge of the storyline, whether that is from the novel or the movie, specialize in the details of the story itself. The extensive knowledge that is needed for participation is just the basic plotline and the characters that are seen throughout all of the novels: Katniss, Peeta, Prim, and Gale. Knowing the basic premise of the story allows you to understand the community as a whole. The knowledge in this space is dispersed through individual knowledge, shared through discussion or pictures posted on the page, which can be commented on and can further the knowledge of the community as a whole. The pictures shared can be remixed pictures from the movie into something that the individual finds humorous, or remixing the ending to one of the novels or movies into a way that they think it should have turned out. These pictures can also just be scenes from the movie, put together in order to relive their favorite scene of their favorite movie. The experience needed to gain this knowledge is just simply reading the novel or watching the movies themselves. Those in this community can gain followers and momentum with the amount of stories that they share and the number of discussions they participate in. The more they interact with one another, the more experience they can gain in this particular space. Participation in this group is casual. The individuals that use this group to interact with one another are just posting pictures or discussion at their leisure and focus on sharing their thoughts and ideas with their group for their love of the story. The genre of participation for this Affinity space is just hanging out, really talking with one another about the story, whether they're from different countries, different parts of the state, or just different sides of town. They can all talk to one another and interact based on the subject that they all share an interest on. This is truly amazing that they are able to share their experiences with the story and connect with one another through this portal. The routes that exist to gain status are through the amount of discussions and pictures that they post. There are individuals that stand out more based on the number of postings. They post more discussions, comment on more discussions, and though they're not leaders per se, they do have more shares on their posts and stand out against some of the newer members of this community. The best way to gain this quote-unquote leadership is to post more and to understand the details of the story in order to be able to interact with more individuals about the story in a better way. The quote-unquote leadership that is used in this space is used as a resource and enabler. They post the things that they believe about the story and enable discussions to ensue, and for new members of the community to learn what it is about. Individuals that have a draw to the storyline are able to come together through this Affinity space and understand the impact that this story has made on those around the world.